Hey, what's up, people? How y'all doing, man? It's been a minute since I came to you all. I really did. It's been a minute, man. Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. And I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna explain. Get that out the way. Of course, it ain't nothing bad or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, it's been a minute. I read a book today. I mean, I read. It took me about 3 weeks to read it, which I had a reading problem, so I'm doing good. I had to use Google to look up a lot of words, so it took me just a little longer than usual. It's called Saturday or Sunday, which is the Sabbath. Uh, this book has 173 pages in it, and that's why I've been going through that book, man. I just said I've been going, even though I've been doing YouTube and stuff. I love you. I love doing YouTube, man. I even hate. I miss. I hate it. I still been putting other videos on my other channel though as I've been going. I still put a video every day, so it ain't no big deal. I put them on my other channel. I have several other channels that I put videos on. This is the one I put all my biblical information on, talking about Esau, so-called white man, and how we got to where we are right now, and being confused about knowing who we are and stuff like that. I've been encountering people talking about going to what they call this thing, ancestry.com and all that type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? Ancestry this and that, and then you still don't find out all what you want to find out, because when it comes to going to these people talking about you want to, like, going to ancestors, just think about it. It don't even make sense. If you go and tell these people you want a DNA test done, now in their mind, since they rule the world, Esau does. Do you think them people gonna tell us all the truth? Especially when it comes to you down to you being an Israelite. If you say, well, I want to find out whether if I'm an Israelite or not, they know it's a chance you are. It's more than likely they are Israelites. We don't want them to find that information out, because if this is scaring the shit out of me, if he find out he's an Israelite, then we not gonna get the support of Esau supremacy no more in this world. We not gonna get that Esau supremacy. We not gonna get that. We just not gonna get it. So he can find, no, we gonna keep that information hid, because they waking up and find out who we are. We want many is to stay asleep, and we want to use any and everything that we can is to rock these people back to sleep. I guess I guess been reading. It's like I guess when it's almost like a fast that you gain a better understanding when it's like more like a sort of like a fasting or something like that. Excuse me. Um, it's more like a fast, and when they see that you're waking up and you come into terms of knowing who you are and stuff like that, do you think, honestly, think about it now? Do you think the devil that's evil and hates you? Do you think that he's gonna come and say, "Look, I'm the devil. I'm trying to deceive you. But even though I'm trying to deceive you, I still want you to know that I'm trying to deceive you. And I don't want you to know you're Israelite, but I'm going to show you that you're Israelite." More than likely, just think about the average answer you would get. You know damn well Esau ain't gonna tell you the truth about who you are. He ain't gonna tell the real truth. They gonna give you a little truth, but more than likely, they gonna do everything they can is to deceive you. Look, I ain't even take time to even put a title in this video. I know I had been away for a while. It's just like leaving home and your mother wondering what, or your father, oh, I'm worried about my son, I'm worried about my children when they see. But I still trust me. I've been putting videos out, bro. But look, let me show you something. Let me give you an example of why I said what I said. You're always supposed to explain yourself. Revelation 20 verse 10, the Bible said, and the devil that deceived them was cast into a lake of fire and and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophets are, which and shall be tormented day and night forever and forever. Now when it says, and the devil that deceived them was cast into a lake of fire, where the beast and the false, where the beast, you know who the beast is. The beast is American. The beast is white supremacy. It is. The beast is white supremacy. Now, of course, most people not going to explain it like that. You see what I'm saying? And the false prophets, which mean the false prophets are, Esau is behind all these powers. The people in the Christian church, the false prophets is dealing with the people that's in these different churches that's set up by white supremacy. Everything in this society is set up. Their ego is set up by so-called white supremacy. I gotta continue. I'm gonna go through this book again. I'm gonna start from the beginning and go to the end. But I want to point out a part in here, and I want to show you just what I'm talking about further breaking down that who America is. Can I find, if I can find it right away? The Black Jews of Angleton, the Black Jews of Angle. Let's see here. I can show it to you from the Bible. Let me do that because I don't want to waste no time. I just want to give you something right quick. Ezekiel chapter 26. Let's go there. I'm gonna show you something. Where the beast and the false prophets. The false prophets are is set up like Esau is using these pastors in the different churches. And actually, there was a brother who was telling me about this today. He was a Jamaican brother. He was telling me about this today. He was, and I love the way, I know that the Holy Spirit, the Most High, was speaking through this brother, because he said that Esau would actually go and sit in the services, in the church services, in these religious organizations, and listen in and see what the people are teaching, to make sure that, hoping that the minister don't say nothing, is to wake these people up to who they are. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 26 and verse 25, 26, and verses Ezekiel 26, no, Ezekiel 20, my bad, Ezekiel 20. Ezekiel chapter 20. Okay. I wanna here we go. I got it. I got it. Oh yeah, I got it. Oh yeah. Happy about that. Um, Ezekiel chapter 22 and verses. I want to make sure I get the context. I want to make sure I read it in the context and then read this here. I want to read it. Just hold it. Just hold it. All right. Ezekiel. Okay. Okay, let's read this first. Ezekiel chapter 22 and verse 26. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to read the other verse. It says, her priests have violated my law and have profaned my holy things. They have put no difference between the holy and profane. Neither have they showed the difference between the unclean and the clean, and have hid their eyes from my Sabbaths, and I am profane amongst them. Her priests and in the midst of thereof are like wolves ravening to prey. That means they devour, they deceiving people in the Christian churches. To shed blood. Who is that? Esau. Shed blood and to destroy souls. Wow. To destroy souls, bro. To get dishonest gain. That's all they want. All they want is gain, fame. Why you think there's so much beef on YouTube amongst us, our people? It says, and her prophets have daubed them with untempered mortar, saying vanity of divine lies unto them, saying, thus said the Lord God, when the Lord has not spoken. He didn't exalt Sunday. He didn't. People going around saying God loves everyone, everybody. Let's read the last verse, and I'm going to show you why I said what I said. Let's read that. Ezekiel chapter 22. Am I right? Ezekiel chapter 22 and verse 25. Look what it says. There is a conspiracy of her prophets. See that? And in the midst thereof, like a roaring lion ravening the prey. That means preying on the prey. That's all Esau does. They sit up night and day. It said, and there is a conspiracy of her prophets. When you go into these Christian churches, it's all about money, fame, and conspiracy. It's all to deceive you. There is a conspiracy of her prophets, in the midst thereof, like a roaring lion, ravening the prey. Ravening, they praying, they take weak-minded people in these churches. That's what it is. That's what these pastors are doing in these churches. The so-called white man, the Esau, they is behind this. They are the main people behind that. And there is a conspiracy of her prophets in the midst thereof, like a roaring lion, ravening to prey. Hold on a minute. Let's look at this. The other person left up out of here, they missed something. They shouldn't have left that quick. That's why I say, man, the enemy do not want our people to get this truth. They don't have the patience to sit in here. That's why they're going to be this. You know what? You try to help them, they're going to be deceived. I'm going to put it like that. You're going to be very much deceived. You know, they missed out. I was trying to give it to them all at once, but the other person left out. It was two in here. I know it's one still in here. but the other one left out. I was like, damn, I hope they stay for the whole thing. Like, as soon as I got to the main part, they left. People don't have, but I bet if I was sitting up here gossiping about everybody on YouTube, you know what? If I was sitting up here being a gossiper, guess what? I would have like 14.1 thousand K people in here watching me, depending on what I was talking about. It just goes to show you, most people ain't for. Let me get to this here. Let me read this here. It says, "Come on, man, come on, Pete." Ezekiel chapter 22 and verse 26. Let me go ahead and read it. "And there is a conspiracy of her prophets, and in the midst thereof a roaring lion ravening the prey." They preying on you. You weak. They know you weak. Let's look at the word. What's that word I said I was gonna get? Conspiracy. What is a definition of a conspiracy?
Here's the definition of conspiracy: a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful.
That's it. Y'all don't realize when you're in the Christian church, them people are deceiving you. You think they ain't. You may not even feel like they is. You may not even feel like that they're doing that. But guess what? You're being deceived. Hey, what's happening, man? You being deceived, trust me. You think you ain't. And the servants come along and tell you. You may not see it now, but in the end, you're going to know. Well, I was talking about in the beginning of this video is that I've been away and I've been reading. I read a whole book. Let's see, I had to Google up the words because y'all knew I grew up with a reading problem. I was a slow learner. They clamped my head in the hospital too hard, and it clamped me, and it caused me to be in a special class. They called it back then. They called it special education, special ed, because I couldn't read and write. You know what I'm saying? And they that's the type of class that I was in. I used to be ashamed to talk about it or say something, but now I'm not. But I had to use Google with certain words. But I read, how many pages I read in this book? Let's go find. All right, here we go. I just finished it today at 11:20, something like that. It's got 173 pages in this book. 173. It ain't really a whole lot, but it's a lot of them. It's enough. But I'm going to go back over this book. It's called Babylon Temple of Two. I'm going to read that. But conspiracy. It says conspiracy. Okay, Ezekiel 22 and verse 25. "There is a conspiracy of her prophets in the midst thereof." That means when you go into these Christianity churches, they willfully know that they're teaching you lies. But our people don't know that. But some other time we'll get off into it because it's, we'll talk about it. It said, "There is a conspiracy of her prophets in the midst thereof, like a roaring lion ravening the prey." They robbing the prey, they catch the prey. Now, the enemy, he gonna always try to get the weakest person on the planet. And the weakest vessel is our women too. You know what I mean? They're the weaker vessel. We'll talk about that too. There's so much to cover, but I know I'm not gonna be able to cover it all, say it all at one time. They have devoured souls. Look at that. They have devoured souls. They have taken the treasures and precious things. They have made her many widows. Do you know what that's going into when it said they have made her many widows? This is talking about America. Esau, the beast, the devil. They have made many widows. That means they made many single parent households. I guarantee you, I bet you the pastors ain't gonna read that in the church. They not gonna read that these prophets are conspiracy. Let's look at the definition of a conspiracy again. A secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. She served 5 years in prison for taking part in a conspiracy to sell stolen artworks. It goes into all of that. Her priests have violated my law and have profaned my holy things. They have put no difference between the holy and profane. Neither have they showed difference between the unclean and the clean, and have hid their eyes from our Sabbaths, and I am profane amongst them. That's what they did. But I can sit up here and read the stuff all day on camera. But people got to take time and just go and look it up for yourself. People ain't gonna, they just look it up for yourself. I ain't gonna keep it out too long, bro, because people got to have an open mind, Yeah. But I bet, like I said earlier, if I was up in here talking about putting women in a video, talking about shaking ass and showing women shaking their ass and natural ass on the camera and with a damn strain going up in their damn ass and all that kind of stuff, I guarantee they wouldn't be jumping. They'll watch that. They don't care as long as it's destroying you. Yeah. They don't care. As long as they getting told lies. Because see, a lot of people got Christianity in their spirit. They want to hear something that sounds good. Yeah, they want to hear something that sounds good. They want you to. I bet if I was coming up in here telling people, God say love everybody, love every damn body, including the damn people that's rape, robbing, and murdering and killing you every damn day, I guarantee you they'll stay their ass up in here. They won't be popping in and out of here. If I was sitting up there talking about loving Esau, loving the same one that put their knee on George Floyd's neck, all that type of, we got to love them and do all this here, I guarantee you they'll love that. And for some reason, when you promote lies, it's like people gravitate to that more so, more so than you tell them what they, you know what I mean? It's like people just don't like, they love feeding the flesh, If it don't, the thing about it is, why would you want to sit there and entertain something that pertaining to, why you want to see beef amongst black people, amongst our people? You can't love your people and have love for your people when you want to see damn beef between your people. But a lot of, it's sad to say it, but our people has been conditioned into that way of thinking. Because Esau done told them that it's okay to beef with each other. Because that's all, when you go to YouTube, You don't, I mean, why do you want, how can you sit up and get a joy? I don't want to see people, like when if I see something online and somebody, I feel got somebody's name in their title and stuff, and they want to sit there and say they want to go, how can you have a spirit? It's just sit there and see people go down. You get a joy. You feed. You get a a thrill. You get a thrill out of your spirit of seeing somebody in a downfall. How can you sit up there and even feel happy and lay down knowing that your fellow brother or your fellow sister is at odds, and you sit there and watch them debate and argue and go back and forth and sit there and think that's funny? This is what our people's into. Now, there's 0 people in here watching the whole thing. It just goes to show you they're not really, some people, a lot of people not really coming in here for the right reason. When some people click on your video, they expect for you to come up in here and you got some mess that you want to start with somebody else. And that's the only reason why they come on here on your videos. Why you think they tell you the only reason you can go live, you have to have at least, they won't let you go live unless you have 1,000 subscribers. But what they don't realize is that they're using that. The only way you can get views and likes and stuff, you got to get on there and say something evil about your own people. Not knowing it's a setup from Esau. It's to make you go down the cliff. Because they never want to see us together, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They don't want to see us together. A person that love you don't want to see you. If I look online and I'm seeing some people and they broke up and they had a family break, why would I not want to see them get mad if I'm seeing them people together? You as a sick individual, if you come into somebody's live and get mad and get upset because these people ain't broke up and they back together and they trying to reconcile and have a spiritual relationship. Do you realize how demonic that and crazy that sounds? It's crazy how people would gladly click on your live as long as it's drama. That's crazy, bro. That is really horrible. Is to even think. How can you even think about something like that? Say, well, these people, oh, hell, these people ain't got no beef today. Hell, that ain't exciting. Why do you want to feel excited to sit there and watch somebody beef with each other? You are no different from Esau, the same people that raped, robbed, and murdered our people. You are no different from them if you sit there and allow yourself to watch that. You know, if a person really love a sister, or whatever, why would I want to sit there, watch my sister twerk, shake her ass, and feel good about that, and not be concerned and say, you're a daughter of Zion. You don't have to do this. Oh, I don't want to watch that. He boring. I'm boring. Because I tell a sister, you better than this. And you are a daughter of Zion. You're Israelite. If this man saw his daughter doing this type of stuff, and that's his child, any father in their right mind ain't gonna want to see his child
online and get a pleasure out of that by that being his child, and see other people not stand up and say something, say, hey, this is not good. Read a scripture to him. Oh, you boring. You coming here talking about you trying to save souls. Man, get up out of here. You boring. How sick that sound. It's just crazy. People online looking for drama, man. If you see, like, let's say twerking or whatever, that's what people's into. They ain't really concerned about your soul. Because any man in his right mind wouldn't want to see his child doing that and then sit there and say, I'm gonna get a pleasure out of it. If they really is a man of the Most High God, they gonna do something and try to like say, hey, look, this ain't right. You shouldn't be doing this. This shouldn't be, you know. You know what I mean? Be concerned about the person's soul. You know? But it's not, we're not living in that type of generation. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I'm up out of here. I'll see y'all later, man.